Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Senators All Access presented by Bell. I'm Gord Wilson, following Ottawa's disappointing 7-1 loss to the Colorado Avalanche. In just a moment, we'll be joined by Senator forward Zack Smith, but first a scoring recap. And the Senators actually got off to a good start in this hockey game. 4 minutes in, Milan McCulloch redirected an Erik Karlsson point shot that got by J.S. Jaguar, and Ottawa jumped out to a 1-0 lead. It was a power play goal, and for Milan McCulloch, his third goal of the season. However, it was all downhill from there because the Avalanche, well, they put on a skating clinic tonight, and Milan Hejduk tied things up on a power play of the Avalanche at 7:04. And then Gabriel Landeskog, the second overall pick in this year's draft, scored his second goal of the season. That made it a 2-1 hockey game after one period of play, Colorado out in front. Only one goal scored in the second period. That came late in the period, and it was Joakim Lindstrom scoring his first of two on the night, and Colorado would lead 3-1 after 2 periods of play. In the third, well, it was a third period that belonged to Colorado. Matt Duchene scored his first on a power play. Daniel Winnick scored his first. David Jones would score his first, and Joakim Lindstrom would add the final goal, his second of the night, as the Colorado Avalanche scored a 7-1 victory over the Senators. 4 for 6 were the Avalanche on the power play, and the Senators also gave up a shorthanded goal. Once again, the final, Colorado 7 and Ottawa 1. All right, as promised, following the 7-1 loss to Colorado, we're joined by Senator forward Zack Smith. Thanks for doing this. I wish it was under better circumstances, but we appreciate your time. Let's first of all just get some of your thoughts on what transpired on the ice tonight.
I don't know, we were sleepy, I guess, is the best way to describe it. You know, we weren't ready to go. It was nice getting the first one. I think it was the first time this year, and we were hoping to build off that, but, you know, I guess we're not used to playing with the lead and fell behind pretty quick.
185 minutes going into this game without playing with a lead, and Minnesota's was a real good game. The game against the Wild on Tuesday night, and it looked as though there was going to be carryover, and certainly in the first 4.5 minutes when you jumped out to the lead, it looked like that. Colorado, though, did not stop skating, and it wasn't like you were unprepared for that. I think Coach Paul McLean told us, and I'm sure told you as well over the last 24 hours, that they are a great skating club.
Yeah, they are. They're you know, they had some young, skilled players, and they work really hard. We knew that going into the game. We talked about that. You know, we just didn't match their intensity, and you know, kudos to them. They worked really hard tonight, and obviously paid off for them.
Yeah. That being said, dumb question, but did it come as a surprise the way they were relentless on the puck?
Yeah, I mean, you can talk about it, but you know, like you said, I guess it's still a surprise how hard they work, and it's more surprising that we can come out and match it, I think, and might have caught us off guard a bit.
A couple of bad breaks, though, as well, late in this period. Stefan DaCosta had an opportunity in a 3-1 game and put the puck between goaltender and goal line. That would have made it a 3-2 game. I mean, it was close right through 40 minutes of play, basically. It was a 1-goal hockey game. Yeah,
it was. I think, you know, they outshot us quite a bit. I don't know what we ended up with, if we even made it to 10 shots, but
16, but
it was, you know, I think we had a couple chances too, and we didn't capitalize on.
So how do you rebound from something like this? You've got the Washington Capitals, the next game in Washington on Saturday. What's the approach to rebounding and basically forgetting about this one?
You know, just get back to where we were playing against Minnesota. You know, like you said, it was unfortunate we couldn't build off that, but you know, this might be a game that we want to put behind us and get moving forward. We play a lot of games in a short amount of time, so you can't dwell too much on the losses, especially ones like that.
Paul is pretty strict. Paul McLean, your head coach, is pretty strict on the practice ice. He demands an awful lot. The players have said prior to the start of this season that training camp has been very difficult, or was very difficult. What do you anticipate on the practice ice after a game like this?
You know, high intensity. It's, you know, it didn't show tonight, and you know, I'm sure we'll pay for it tomorrow, and I think everybody understands that too. You know, we practice hard, and you know, we got to play hard too, and if we're not going to do that on the ice, I think you know, we'll have to do it in practice. In a game like this, where the score gets out of hand, or is it players like yourself who play it hard-nosed that try and up the intensity and maybe just leave a mark, basically, go down swinging? Yeah, it is, and you know, it's a little bit different against, you know, against a team like Colorado. We don't play them as much, and you know, I think guys take that for granted, and you know, just slough it off. But I think if it was a team like Toronto, it might have been a bit different. But you know, it's just unfortunate the way it turned out.
All right. Well, thanks for this. As I said earlier, I wish it was under better circumstances, but best of luck in Washington.
Thanks, Gord.
Zack Smith following a 7-1 loss to Colorado. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Senators All Access, presented by Bell. Our next show comes up following Ottawa's next home game, which is set for Tuesday, October the 18th, when Philadelphia comes to town. I'm Gord Wilson. We'll see you then.